Now, one of the things on your site, which is free to people, and I absolutely love it, is the 12 rules to living a balanced life. And when I went through it, to me it's like a little Bible. I look at it and I think, oh, you just cut this out and just put it in your wallet because it's the reminders. So I just want to take you through each and every one of them. And just briefly, just sort of tell me why each and every one of these is so important, because this is perfect. It's 12 rules for a balanced woman. So the first one is decide.
So you've got to decide that you want it. You know, you can complain about balance as much as you want, but no one's going to create it for you. You have to decide that you want to live a balanced life.
Create your own vision.
So there is no one balance. It's not like we have the scales and it looks perfect for everybody. You have to create what is your version of balance. It might be 60% work, 40% relaxation. It doesn't matter what it is. Right. You get to go and create that for yourself.
Yeah, you can only do that after you've decided that you want.
Absolutely.
Number 3 is honour your boundaries.
So boundaries is so huge. I don't believe you can create balance unless you know what are those boundaries. What are the non-negotiables and how do they fit together, and that you can then go and enforce those so that you create your version of balance in your life.
Know what works for you.
Knowing what works for you. So I've got a girlfriend who gets up at 5:30 every morning and goes running. That doesn't work for me. I like to sleep till 6:15 when I have to get my son up, and then I can go and walk the dog on the beach, go for a swim, etc. That's a big part of my balanced life. You need to understand what's good for you, not follow, what everyone else is doing and say that is the right thing.
Okay. Number 5, be a success, but not at any cost.
So a big part of my life was, I call my striving and driving phase. Striving. And I find that a lot of women are in that. They're in that zone of being successful, irrespective of what it costs them. And a lot of the cost is the cost of well-being, and it's the personal cost. So I think you need to understand, what does success look like for you, but what is the balanced version of success?
And what's it going to cost me?
And what's it going to cost you? And are you willing to pay that price? And is it too high a price?
Good question. Number 6, ignore the naysayers.
This is one of my favourites. So there's so many people out there who will tell you balance is a myth, you can't have it, you don't need it, you name it. They're naysayers. But if you can do the other things on the list, get clear for yourself, you just need to tune those people out, because it's your life. You decide how you want to show up and what it looks like.
Get the exit switch on.
Yes.
Put your well-being first, as it should be.
Well, as it should be, right. But unfortunately for so many women, it's the very, very last thing on the list, if it's on the list at all. And I think for well-being, you don't need to throw everything out and start again. Just pick the couple of things. Start with one thing. What's the one thing you can do every day? It could be drinking a green juice in the morning, could be 5 minutes of meditation, could be swimming in the ocean. Pick your one thing and start there and build from there, but it's got to be non-negotiable. Good
advice. Ask for help and take it. That's a big one.
It's such a big one. Again, we're the helpers. We're the nurturers. It's how we're wired, and it's how we're raised as well. So I find, to really create balance, you need to know where you need help. You need to ask for that help, and you need to accept it when it comes. We're so good at saying, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Screaming, I'm fine, while taking a Valium in the corner. We need to ask for it. We need to take it.
Great. Tune in.
So this is about tuning into your intuition, getting quiet enough to do that, and then listening to what it is that you need. Because if we do that, we know when we're off. I really believe that. If we can get quiet enough to listen to ourselves and tune into how we're feeling, we know when something's not right. So if we can tune into that, then we can act on it. If we're not tuned in, we're just on the treadmill.
Okay, that comes back to the breath.
Yeah.
Learn to meditate.
So again, I say to people, 5 minutes twice a day. Start there, sit, close your eyes and breathe. Do a guided visualization if you really can't shut off the 80,000 thoughts. But learn to meditate. It's one of the most fundamental things to being able to do everything else.
And 5 minutes twice a day is very doable.
5 minutes twice a day.
Number 11 is manage your energy.
So there's a lot of work around energy, physical, emotional, spiritual, mental energy. So managing your own energy, and also managing the energy of other people, So that toxic friend, do you really need that toxic friend? A bit of an oxymoron in your life. You know, managing when you know you're going to be most productive. Could be at 6 to 8 in the morning. You know, it could be 3 to 4 in the afternoon. Understanding what your energy cycles are and managing that is a real key to being able to create balance for yourself.
I like it. And the final one, number 12, is make no apologies.
Yeah, look, we just apologise for everything.
I'm sorry,
you know,
but I'm sorry,
everything.
but.
I'm sorry. Yeah, a big part of this is getting clear on what you want and having that be okay, and not apologising for it. You know, we apologise for the small things. We apologise for the big things. We apologise for our lives and the way we live them. You know, let's stop doing that. Try and stop doing that and live the way we want to live and show up the way we want to show up. And yeah, just stop apologising for ourselves.
Yeah, I think as you get older, perhaps that becomes a slightly
becomes easier, doesn't it? I know. I wish I'd known this when I was, you know, my son's age.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's great. I love the 12 rules. I think it's fantastic. And getting real about having it all. I think it's a very practical guide and gives us a few tools to hopefully balance all of that. So
thank you.
So thank you. It's been
Thank
great
you.
to talk to you.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. You're like a powerhouse of info.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, good
It's
to
been
talk
an
to you.
honour.
Thanks, Megan.
Thanks.